Alright, man, you guys already know this is going to be the perfect time for you guys to farm up the demonic beast, because right now for you global people, you got the double drop rule, and you also have the 50% stamina cost event for demonic beast as well. So if you're missing out on a relic, this is going to be your perfect time to farm. Now again, these freaking events is only working for the wolves, the deer, and the bird. Unfortunately, Nidhogg still doesn't have another new demonic beast, so we don't get that third drop again and again and again. But for these other ones, we do. So I'm going to show you guys the fastest team as of right now to do demonic beast. Again, if you do have a fast team, comment it down below that is other than mine, just so you guys can have another opinion other than me. But yeah, this one I use for the bird. This is going to be featuring Tyr, the Gilda, Freyr, and Brunhild. Now these are going to include their holy relics, because again, we are talking about the fastest team, so I want to give them as the best possibility. So we are using their relic, which Freyr relic, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, has been a key. Like, this relic has actually been more worth than I thought it would be. Unfortunately, this relic is a Nidhogg relic, so you got to keep that in mind. It is like if you guys like watch like Kingdom Hearts, it's like the key. So this is gonna be for bird. For deer, this will be my team featuring Millum, Freyr, Brunhild, and Jormungandr. And then for the wolves, this is gonna be my team: Tyr, Thonar, Brunhild, and Freyr. Again, these are my fastest team, and usually when I say it's fastest team, they usually end up being like under 10 minutes, especially if you're really trying to go for it. And these are safe teams, all right? These are not troll fast teams like I've done before. This is like truly like a very safe fast team. So, you know, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I helped you guys out. All right, so here we are about to showcase the team. Now I feel like with Freyr relic, it has been unironically one of the best relics we have gotten lately, if you don't count like the sins and stuff like that with Deanne and Lost Fame Meliodas. Freyr actually had a really good relic. I thought he would be going like overboard with his relic, but him having simply like increased basic stats of characters based on if they're unknown or Ragnarok, and also increasing single target damage dealt, has actually worked wonders for pretty much speed farming demonic beast. Now again, if you don't know, the demonic beast has the double drop thing, and it's only available to the bird, deer, and wolves. Obviously, because Nidhogg still doesn't have that one unit to pretty much make it a super fast clear. Hopefully that might come sooner or later, but only time can tell, because again, they still haven't even dropped the Ragnarok chapter. But Freyr definitely just absolutely just destroys the demonic beasts, all of them. This team you see is featuring a lot of single target characters, and Brunhild, because again, Brunhild, Freyr were both given out for free. Obviously, Tyr is a character that some people probably didn't summon on, or might have not summoned, but you can always just use like Rem from ReZero instead if you're looking for that next unknown character. If you somehow don't summon, or you know, Freya is also a really good character you can use that also hits super hard. That's most of the team thing, is that you just want to try to do as much damage as possible. As you can see right here, I kind of stalled it out a little bit because I wanted a chance to get Freyr ultimate, because I didn't want to risk like probably not getting another Brunhild card, because if you don't know, Brunhild, when she has like a bronze power strike, she can do damage on the last phase of floor 1, which is where he gets this insane defense boost. And that's because with her power strike, it's going to do more damage for if they have the enemy has a lot of resistance. So that's why you want to save up Brunhild's power strike as much as possible, in case you know you don't get that ultimate, or your ultimate feel like it's not that strong. So this is where we're gonna just ult with Freyr. I have like 6/6. I'm gonna target with Brunhild, and then I'm gonna double with Brunhild right here, and that should be the GG because of the double hit. And the cap damage is 156k. We're gonna heal right here, and boom. Again, that was a bronze. It did almost cap damage. This is a pretty fast team. Most of my team, when I was like recording this, are usually 10 minutes long, and that's if I like that's if I'm like thinking, okay? So imagine you're a person who already knows how the team works, or if you have like better gear and stuff like that. This team can be literally under 10 minutes. Again, with Freyr relic, it has been actually a godsend where you can just farm the demonic beast without even thinking sometimes. Now this is the floor 2. As you can see, I was moving cards with Freyr because you want to have Freyr def damage ults because you want to do like a double hit because he does get a revive and he also has cap damage. So you want to kind of get rid of him before he able to attack you, because if you don't have a taunt up or a stance up, you'll get one shot by his AoE. Or if you somehow, and I mean somehow, disable his effect because you're using a freaking Ritarmiel, okay? If you're using Ritarmiel and you are a stance user, please stop doing that, or you're gonna be pretty much getting nuked, because you are getting rid of the effect that says, yo, if the enemy has like a stance, then you don't nuke him and you end up doing no damage. You literally get rid of that one effect. Because I always have those questions and be like, yo, why am I getting one shotted and I have a stance and taunt up? And then I have to explain to them like, yo, you have Ritarmiel link, that's why. So yeah, be careful with that. As you can see, I'm just ultimate Freyr. Again, you want to do like a double hit type of card. Either it can be def damage or abyss. All depends on you. As long as you can get through that first bar till he goes to that revive section. And you can see I'm already like speeding through everything without even like thinking too much. Obviously, depending on what passive you get could affect the game. But for the most part, it's really not, because this team just has so much damage. With Brunhill, you can see I'm doing cap damage. Freyr, I think, is about to do cap damage. Oh, close to cap damage. And there goes the cap damage right there. So you can just see the amount of DPS damage this team could cause. Now again, I'm usually running like attack sets on everybody. Right now, Tier is running HP crit damage. That's because I'm too lazy to build his attack crit set. Because I usually just use him in for like memeing in PvP. So I didn't really like, yo, let me build a attack crit set, because again, you have to go second and be confident in going second if you're using an attack crit set. Which I'm not gonna lie, I do not be confident in doing so. So I just go freaking, I just use my HP crit. I don't know, man. Freyr is just, he's just so good, bro. I mean, Tyr also has a passive where pretty much he increases the damage the allies do to our Ragnarok. I think like 5% is like that for each one. That's Ragnarok or Unknown. That's like 20% that's happening right now. I think it does include him. And then I think Freyr is like increased damage dealt by single targets by was it like 5% per Ragnarok or Unknown character. So you're getting like almost 40% extra damage dealt and stuff like that, which is really, really good. You also got Miguelda, who can buff you up and stuff like that if you do recover. As you see, I literally took out most of half his HP, and I didn't even buff up with Miguelda yet, or use my best cards. Now, this is the last floor where he can't be debuffed, so this is where Tyr kind of lacks, because his AoE becomes pretty much useless. So for the most part, I really don't pay attention to use the AoE unless literally it's just a dead card and I'm just wasting it, just so I can get it out of my hand. For the most part, I'm attacking usually with my single targets. You usually want to go for single targets when using this type of team, just because you do so much damage. Like, look at that. Oh my god, so much damage. But you always can comment down below what fast team do you guys run. Some people still run like Trade Meliodas, or they use like the one Escanor, or you have characters like Kusak. Still, people still use like freaking blue Kusak and stuff like that, which is a little bit surprising to me. Blue Kusak used to be that guy for like farming demonic beasts, but obviously as time has came, it has become like really, really lacking to use that guy. As you can see, I kind of fell out with my damage a little bit. That's because I didn't get like my best Freyr card, which is obviously the cleave one. The other card is just like stance removal and stuff like that, which does absolutely nothing. I'm just gonna cleanse and hope that I get like Freyr ultimate, but I think I misplayed because I forgot that I still had the shock debuff on me, so it went for the shock debuff before It cleansed the old gauge one. I couldn't get my ultimate right there. But you still can see that I'm still able to do like literally cap damage all the time. Again, sometimes you have to like stall a little bit, but it's fine regardless. Miguel's gonna do cap damage. Yep, 316, that's cap. There goes tier. It's cap. Now the last phase is the one where you can get like the trash passes, where you either get the best one where you don't have to worry about his HP and stuff like that, or you get the one where if he gets like 25% below, he revives and stuff like that, or you have to or he gets like a revive afterwards. And as you can see, I luckily enough got the best one. Again, it's all gonna depend on RNG, of course, but it still be under like, you know, 12 minutes, you know. It's usually like under 15. But for me, since I did get the good passive, it was just literally like 10 minutes. And I was literally so close to getting rid of him. The only thing because I didn't get rid of him because my Miguelda is not level 100. I'm probably going to level 100 blue Miguelda today. Because I've been really slacking on building up my characters that are PvE based. But yeah, this would be GG regardless right here. And that should be over with, man. Again, a really fast team if you want to clear the bird. Alright, so now we on the deer. Again, you probably already know who is going to be here, and it's going to be Frere. Now, you don't see Tyr, and that's because I like Milim a lot better, because Tyr has that one card, which is his weak point card, that doesn't usually work for Demonic Beast sometimes. So I use Milim because she is a godly DPS. And you do need to pay attention to the color wheel, so you need a color for each wheel, for each one. So red, green, and blue. And Milim is obviously the best blue character you can possibly have, especially running unknowns or Ragnarok and stuff like that. So that's why I'm using Brunhild, Milim, and Freyr. And I got Jormungandr too, which I think Jormungandr is Jormungandr a level 100? I don't even think she level 100 too. And you see, I'm just literally just going through this as fast as possible. I think this is one where Milim damage surprised me. It's just like right here. Yeah, watch how much damage Milim just does. I literally got shook right here. Watch this. This does like 1.4 million out of nowhere. Like, that's the part where you do the color wheel, you get like a attack buff and you keep it. But Milim just literally just one shot the boss with just 2 buffs. I was like, oh my god. So you can see I'm just pretty much just attacking with my best cards and best characters. Usually trying to avoid using Jormungandr. And you can see I'm still hitting like cap damage, which is the 121k. So if you see 121k at this part right here, it's just because it's cap damage. And we got rid of him. Oh no, man, I just was like going through this like super fast, bruh. Like, I like Freyr Relic. For people who don't know, Freyr Relic is a Nidhogg relic, by the way. They've been really trying to give us Nidhogg relics, especially because we already been complaining so much about how we haven't been getting no relics lately. So they making sure we get straight up Nidhogg relic back to back to back. There'd be some relics I'm thinking to myself like, how is this a Nidhogg relic? It look like a deer. It would look like some deer or some wolf relic, yet they just make it Nidhogg out of nowhere. It's like, oh my god. Like, I be wondering sometimes, like, does these relics have like a lore on there as well? Because I remember like people used to talk about how it used to be like a lore for the holy relics to pretty much kind of explain how it was like made and stuff like that. Kind of give you that reasoning on why they made it for that specific activity. And sometimes I thought to myself like, yo, that's a cool idea. But then again, I was like, sometimes I would think like, yo, that's mad stupid too. Like, I'd be like thinking to myself like, why is this human character relic is made only for the wolves? I thought it was for the bird that humans gonna get relic for, or something like that. Or unknown for a deer, and then boom, freaking for a maybe for like Nidhogg or something. I'm like, what? So he's going with the color wheel. This is where he gets the damage reduction. So you're gonna have one attack. If you want to get rid of the damage reduction, you have to complete the color wheel first. So that's what I'm doing right here. This is gonna be the only time you probably gonna see this thing attacking. Really, I think most of the times he usually doesn't attack me, just because I be basically hitting him with cap damage. And when you hit this deer for cap damage, it's usually just over after that. Actually, nah, I'm lying, because I know floor 3 also has the damage reduction thing. So I get hit like twice probably in this video. I get hit probably like twice in this video. I lied. Oh my god. And this is when I was a little bit thinking. That's why I said sometimes even if I go 10 minutes, then I do think a little bit, because I'll be like, yo, should I save this card? Here comes Milim, cap damage, Prayer, cap damage, and boom, cap damage. And I got my cards ranked up, which is good because Brunhild also hits like a truck. And again, Brunhild was free. I kind of forget if Milim was free. I don't think so. Was she? Was Milim given for free? I kind of forget. I think but yeah, Milim is really good. Okay, she's the only good blue unknown DPS. I don't think there's any other blue unknown DPS. There are blue characters that are decent for damage, but it doesn't fit the Ragnarok unknown theme. That's why I said some of these matches, like I literally just be like going through like past cap damage, because these are characters that do so much damage. And I was lucky enough to get a blue card. Sometimes I do get lucky. Like that you know, it's not really luck. Because I deserve to get that card, because I got the trash pass where he takes away my ult gauge. And the ult gauge one could be a little bit a problem, especially if you're using a team that does feature ultimates and stuff like that. But with my team, it's a good thing is I only care about single target damage dealt and stuff like that. So I don't really see any problem with that. I definitely don't be seeing a problem. Oh man, okay. So this is the last one. I think the last one with the deer could be the hardest one. And that's because you don't want to hit the threshold where he pretty much fully revives. And sometimes you do have to reset. But other than that, you're going to be flying through this pretty quickly. Just use the cards I use, and you should be good. And I be using like minimal rolls on my characters. Like they be like, if they're PvE based, I don't go for like 15% or something like that. They usually like 13% or something like that. The highest is probably like 13. Like look at that, just cleared them out. Now is this the one where no. Okay, I want to say, does he get the gray thing? Nah, that's the one phase 4. So you can see I didn't really get the best of cards. Go for red, go for green, which is my gold card, go for blue, and then I use Freyr card because again, I want to go through this as fast as possible. Which is kind of insane, bruh. Look at this, bruh. Look at how much damage I'm doing. And do Freyr get through this guy? Yep, I think so. Just clearing it. Easy peasy, bro. Easy peasy. And now just look at my hand to see what kind of cards I have. Because again, you want to have enough for the color wheel so you get through that gray damage reduction. So be careful again that you are going to have to face that color wheel. And you have to use different cards separately from different characters. You don't want to use 2 character cards at the same time. That's what you see. I'm just usually, if I'm going to, it's going to be from the first one to the last one if I'm going to use the same character's card. That's because I want to keep my Jormungandr's passive going. Because if you use 2 cards at the same time for the same character, you're going to lose that Jormungandr buff. And this is where you have to go with the color wheel now. And for this, you want to use your best character first card. Just because, you know, you have 4 slots. So one is going to be, 3 of them is going to be to complete the color wheel. And then that one's going to be to pretty much do damage. And again, if you've been noticing in this video, I've been doing cap damage for the most part. But again, you want to be careful because you could end up doing too much damage and you have to reset. See, I did 281, which is like 3 of the gauge. Some people also watch the gauge. So this is going to be the part right here. I believe I do reset this one. And that's because I was talking about doing too much damage, but I did less damage. So first I go for my Yormagana card. I go for a Freya bronze card. And then I go for a Milim card. Because it was going green, blue. So I wanted to do a little bit more damage. So Milim can just one-shot through the HP threshold. But I did a little too less damage right there. And he literally has a smidge left, so I just reset. So what I need to do right here is to use my silver card with Freya to do a little bit more damage, then Milim, and then just use whatever. And that should be enough to finish him off. Again, this still was under like 10 minutes or 10 minutes right there, give or take, even with me having to like reset. But GG regardless. All right, so now we are on the wolves. Whew. Man, it feels like I've been talking all the time. The thing right now, I'm like a little bit under the weather right now. But yeah, this time we're using Tyr, Brunhild, and freaking Freyr. As you can see, this is like a trend of the teams that I use. Again, you can always just switch it up for another character that are fitting the Ragnarok, which are like Freya. I would say Scotty, but Scotty don't really do that much damage. So yeah, I'm sorry to say just Freya, right? Freya is that other DPS Ragnarok character that is pretty new. And again, this is just a casual, fast team that does work under 10 minutes. You guys can probably notice the video has been under 30 minutes. And I've been doing Demonic Beast all three. So that just lets you know that this team is definitely these teams are definitely under 10 minutes or close to 10 minutes, which is what you want to do, especially if you're trying to grind the Demonic Beast. And these are teams that are just not just fun to use, but are pretty safe. Again, I do use one little meme team when I'm farming the wolves, and that is like the Freya team, with like Freya, Gother, and like Miguelda and like Thonar, and I just use that just to ult rush with was it go? Yeah, it's like Gother, Thonar, Scotty. Oh, okay, yeah, Scotty and stuff like that. I just use that just to ult rush, because if you don't know, like with the Freya team, all you do is like Abyss ultimate on like the Black Wolf, and the thing is they count the second wolf in terms of damage for Freya, so you could do like 3 million or 2 million, and with the Abyss it does count still, so it literally Abyss damage through floor phase 2 and phase 3. Now the only problem is that on the later floors you do get that chance of being frozen by the Black Wolf, which could mess up your runs. But again, you have to be really careful about that. But again, that's just one of the fun teams that I try to use when it has to deal with the Demonic Beast. So this one I just AoE with Tyr, and I just use the ult because I am 6/6 Freyr. Again, we was given Freyr for free, Brunhild for free, so I don't want to hear people say that they don't have these characters. The only thing I could probably say you don't have the relics, maybe, because a lot of people really hate doing Nidhogg, even if they freaking nerfed Nidhogg, which is kind of surprising because they literally nerfed Nidhogg to pretty much trash Tyr. Like the problem that people had was that the gauge issue and the infect, and they did just fix those things. Again, the Nidhogg still does a lot of damage, but the gauge issue does like make the it just makes it a lot faster, because before then you had to like stall for a gold, like 2 gold Pierce cards at the end, and then hope that you don't get blasted while stalling, just so you can get through the next phase. And then after that, it still was some stalling you had to do. It was just like taking like 30 or 40 minutes. Now I probably say like maybe 15 minutes, 20, which is bad, but it's like that's in half, all right? That's cut in half from what it was before, so I'll take it, man. Like literally, and you can use other teams nowadays. Like most people, they're doing a lot of runs without even using Freya and stuff like that. They're doing like Freya with like Trainer Meliodas runs, and those runs be actually pretty good. Because before then, it was like Freya or nothing. Now you can at least use Freya if you do have his Holy Relic. Definitely if you have his Holy Relic, and then like Trainer Meliodas. Because again, they did improve the gauge issue, so it's very easy to farm it pretty fast, or get through the stages where it has the gauge pretty fast than before. All right, we just ults. And you can see freaking Freya card sucked right there. Again, it's not his cleave card, so I didn't expect too much damage for that. But I didn't think it would be that low. I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't think it would be that low. So I just ended up just using Freya card either way. Or did I save it? Nah, I just used it up. I didn't really need it anymore. And you can see, you're going to probably see the difference right here. For Freya using his stance removal card to him using his cleave card. There's a big difference. Look at the damage. Almost triple from what the stance removal card was, which was like what, 99k and 100k. Literally triple, just because you got that crit damage thing. And the crazy thing is, I don't even use Freya with crit damage. I use like regular attack defense, so I'm still missing out on a lot of damage from what you've seen in this video. From me showcasing freaking Freya, I've been missing out on a lot of damage, and I still been hitting cap damage. So again, you don't have to use attack crits on freaking on Freya to do damage. All right, you can just be attack defense and just make it more safe for you. Because again, I know a lot of players, they don't have the biggest box CC, so they want to play it more safe in terms of like keeping like defense sets rather than going with attack crits, and then they have like low defense, and then they be wondering to themselves like, yo, why am I getting one shot every single time? That's what they be saying sometimes in the comments, like, yo, like how do you be living hits? I keep getting one shot, and I'd be like, it might be because of my higher box CC or the gear you use. It might be dependent on that. Which is why I like this team is actually like really clear, really fast to clear. Again, all my runs been 10 minutes. Obviously, if you're a person who know how to play the game, you will know what cards to click, how to move. Again, with my Thonar, I don't run attack sets, so I always have to go for the Black Wolf in terms of doing damage. And that's because if you want to do damage, you have to do damage to proc your Holy Relic. You can't just end up doing no damage. I use HP crit defense set. Like Thonar is still the only one who does that on my team. Everybody else just running like regular gear, and that's because I ain't gonna lie, I hate moments where she get hit with crits. So she's just rocking like some regular, I think, R gear that has like crit resist rolls. Like it doesn't have to be anything fancy with Thonar in terms of like crit resist rolls. Just gotta make sure that she's not gonna be getting hit with crits as consistently, and that could depend on what kind of passive you get to, because there is that one where you can pretty much lower your defense related stats and stuff like that. But again, we're not talking about that yet, okay? Again, especially because my team is so fast anyways that he's gonna probably hit you like once and then you're gonna clear it through. So, like, are we really worried about that, where he just hits you like one time? Usually 1 or 2 times, depending if you get like terrible RNG. Like you have to have some super terrible RNG if you don't be clearing as fast. As you can see, or you might be like this one right here where I'm saving up cards or my ultimate. So I'm actually doing like the worst plays possible. I could just ult and just spam all over the place, but then guess what? I'm gonna have nothing for the later phase that I actually need something. So I just pretty much just spam cards. And I was kind of surprised because I actually did more damage. Actually, no, because it all depends, because I did way more damage here than I did any other time. which is a little bit funny. And then with Tier, he also has crit defense, so that's also a good thing. And I think I just moved my card because I'm gonna get Gauge, so that means I'm gonna be able to cleanse. And I just did that just in case maybe I want to restack the buff, because again, you can't be frozen to restack the buff. And this is a passive where whoever gets marked just gets super shafted in terms of attack. So I know it's on Brunhill, so you can see I'm just using everybody else's cards but Brunhill right now. And I just attack. And I'm just trying to go for that Black Wolf because I don't want to be randomly frozen. Again, the White Wolf is kind of useless because of Freyr. And as you can see, just getting absolutely blasted back to back, and that's GG. That's literally just GG right then and there, because we got Freyr ultimate, which is a double hit in terms of cap damage. And again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, these are the fastest teams right now for the Demonic Beast. I would have did Nidhogg, but Nidhogg again doesn't have that one unit, so what would be the point, especially because they don't get the double drop yet. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and again, you know, comment down below what teams do you use to farm the Demonic Beast fast. Maybe somebody else needs help. But this really, guys, I'm out. Peace.